Hey guys, this is LegoMatic9, and today I'm doing a video on another custom LEGO Star Wars Mandalorian minifigure. Now, in my giveaway video, I asked you guys to post suggestions for future videos that you guys like to see, and I've got quite a few comments for some more Star Wars stuff, so that's always something I'm always happy to be working on. So I've actually had this minifigure in the works for I'd say like a month now. I've just been working on him on and off, just in between figures and editing videos and stuff like that. So he was a side figure, but I really like how he turned out. So, along with some Mandalorians that I'm working on, I also have some clones I'm working on too. I actually went ahead and I updated my Captain Rex. I'm thinking about updating 5s a little bit, but I'm not sure with those yet, but definitely I'll have Rex, a new version of Rex done pretty soon. So, without any more procrastination, let's go ahead and jump into the close-up on this new Mandalorian. So like a lot of my other Mandalorian minifigures, this one is straight out of my imagination, so I wasn't using any reference pictures or anything like that. This one was just made as I went. So since he is not based off of anyone in particular, he doesn't have a name, but one I was thinking of was like Jolde Farr or something like that. So that's like first and last name, so there'll be a little thingy down here that will have that. So that's the name I'm thinking of. It's just something a little more Mandalorian, because I was looking up Mandalorian clan names, and one of them was Clan Farr, so that's one that I kind of liked. So this guy, he's got the same color scheme as Zavos right here. This guy that I posted a while ago, not sure how long that's been, but he's got pretty much the same color scheme as him, the gray, the black, and the white. So he's meant to be kind of Zavos's, like, I guess, right-hand man or first lieutenant or whatever you want to call it, just his second-in-command henchman guy, whatever you want to call it. So I like him a lot more than this figure. This figure is really old, so I definitely could do a lot better. But this one is very intricate. It's got a lot of little details on it, which I'll get into. So starting off, he is equipped with this modified Brick Arms Destiny Mark 44 hand cannon. Now, this figure definitely has a lot of Destiny-inspired elements on it. I really like Destiny. It's one of my favorite games to play right now. A lot of people don't like it, but I've been playing it a lot with my buddy The Last Prime. We've been grinding that a lot. And so I included a lot of little elements from Destiny in this figure, so I'll go ahead and I'll tell you guys all those as we go. But this hand cannon here is something I kind of just made randomly just because I didn't have a gun for him yet, so it's just a modified Brick Arms Mark 44 hand cannon. What it is, I just painted on the white and the gray to match the color scheme. Then I glued on this minifig hat. It was part of I think it was called the Anvis 9 night vision goggles. So that's half of that it was chopped off and then glued on there, so I think that looks pretty cool. So it's definitely a cool little weapon for him. So starting off with the legs on this figure, what we have here is we have some gray boots there. This side also has that little, I guess, shin guard painted on there, and then he has a knee guard sculpted on there using green stuff, and then it was painted white. And then further up on this leg, he's got that, I guess, that calf plating there, and then he's got the white stripe. And then over on his other leg here, it's got the same gray boot, but instead he has a Tiny Tactical shotgun saddle glued on there. Now, when I ordered from Tiny Tactical, he gave me a lot of extra shotgun saddles, so I went ahead and just used one of those for his leg there, and I think it looks pretty cool. It kind of looks like some sort of holster or some gadgets or something down there. I just thought it looked pretty cool. Then he also has a gray stripe above that, and then he also has a sculpted armor thing up on his calf right up there, which was painted in white, then dry brushed in a darker gray. Now that was also inspired by Destiny's from the Vault of Glass Hunter leg armor. So they have like this huge armor pad on their leg, so I thought that would be a nice little element to include in there. So moving up onto his torso, right here I had a whole bunch of extra Tiny Tactical shingle things. I think that's what they're called, shingle mag pouches. So I had an extra one of those, so I painted it dark gray and glued it on there. Then he has a little thing glued on there. He also has this kind of a half waist cape thing painted in a dark brown, which looks pretty cool. His torso was the standard Lego Mandalorian torso, which I have a bunch of. So it used to look like this, and then I painted it black and then added the white stripes to it. I think that looks pretty cool. His arms are definitely some of the most detailed things I've done in a while. So I really like how the arms turned out. So this arm over here just has a gray shoulder pad. Then above that he has a kind of an elevated gray shoulder pad, which is then dry brushed in white. Then I painted on that same emblem that Zavos has on his shoulder pad right here. And then down on his wrist he has a painted on gauntlet in white, and then I painted on some red details for the buttons. Then he has a little gadget glued on there. His other arm is definitely a lot better. It's a lot more bulkier, and he's got this fur thing up at the top, which was actually used from a ponytail from one of the William Turner hair pieces from the Pirates of the Caribbean line. So that's actually the tail from his hairpiece glued on there and painted brown. Inspired by Destiny yet again from some Titan armor. And then he also has a sculpted gauntlet on there, which has a black line painted on there. That's actually engraved in there. And then he also has some other little details painted on and engraved in there. Then he has his flamethrower on this arm, which looks pretty cool. And it's got a wire glued onto the flamethrower that goes to his backpack, which looks pretty cool. Now, his backpack is something that I actually made first. This is something that I did a while ago. It was a Clone Army Customs Commando backpack, and then I glued on some tiny tactical AR stocks because I had a whole bunch of extras, so I glued them on there. Then I have some wires glued on, going to the fuel tank. Got something there, and then this thing is pretty cool right here. This is actually a foldable gun mount that you can take it and you can fold it down so it rests on his shoulder like that. This was actually inspired by a War Machine from the Marvel Cinematic Universe, where he has the minigun or the blaster that's rests on his shoulder. So I just kind of took that element and put that in there, so I think that's pretty cool. So it's a shoulder-mounted a blaster, if you will. You can move that back. Kind of have to press it in there because it's held in by some clay, because the hole I made was a little too big, but it works. The helmet was just painted in a glossy black, and then some gray details and other black details were painted on there. It's got a white stripe that goes along the helmet. The back detail is painted in white. It's got some red stripes over on this side of his helmet, and then he's got this really cool kind of white splattered paint effect right there. Then he has a black rangefinder, which can move down like that, from Clone Army Customs, by the way. See, that's what I'm talking about. The thing's a little fragile, but you can just put it in there, push it in, and it'll stay. So, yeah, that pretty much covers all of the details in this Mandalorian minifigure. It's definitely my most intricate figure yet, and this is going to be a long video, so let's go ahead and finish off this video. Again, sorry for the kind of longer video. I just had a lot to talk about with this figure because there's a lot of little details I wanted to point out to you guys. So again, sorry for the longer video. I'll try to make them shorter in the future. So in the comments below, let me know which of these two figures you like the best. You have Jolde over on the left side and then Zavos over on the right. I would personally pick Jolde. I think he's a lot better of a figure than Zavos. There's a lot more attention to detail and a lot more craftsmanship was put into him. So yeah, so let me know which of those guys you like the best, or out of any of my Mandalorian figures. Go ahead and tell me what you guys would like to see in the future in the comments down below. I'm working on some new Star Wars figures. I got a lot of requests for some more World War II stuff, so maybe we'll see that Fury crew. I don't know. I haven't really been able to focus on them a lot because I got Walking Dead figures to work on as well. So Walking Dead's in the making, Star Wars is in the making, World War II might be in the making, we'll see about that. And thank you guys so much for all the feedback on the giveaway video. It would be really nice if you guys gave me that much support on all my other videos, because that one's getting a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of attention. So it'd definitely be nice if you guys did that on a lot more of my videos, because none of my videos reach that amount of comments or likes. So that'd be really cool. So, yeah, leave a comment below, like this video if you enjoyed it, share this video if you want, and subscribe if you haven't already. So, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys later.